7 o'clock. We'll call the meeting of the Common Council to order. Please stand for the pledge.
Council President,
Yes.
gotta call the roll first.
I'll call the roll first. Sorry. I think I've been through this before. Please call the roll.
Malanich,
Here.
Nocera,
Here.
Rautenstrau,
Here.
Mylum.
Here.
Council President Cook is excused.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands
Liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing.
And say a prayer in a bit. But before I say the prayer, it's been a while since I've been here. I just want to say it's really great seeing everyone. I miss you and I love you, and thanks for the opportunity to pray. And at least my purpose in praying is to edify you, the leadership, edify the community, and ask for guidance and favor and help from above. My wife and I.
Hold on.
We bought a house here about 17 years ago. I moved from the town, and the community has been a blessing to us. And just grateful to be able to serve in any way we can, and we're so grateful. A little prayer here. Dear Lord, with humble and grateful hearts, we thank you. Us humans are fallible. Yes, we are always a work in progress. Humbly repentant of areas we fall short, but thank you ultimately for your goodness and your faithfulness. You're always providing what's needed for this community to prosper in ways that you don't know where it's coming from at times, but you're there. And to prosper in things that are most important. And it seems it always works out and often beyond our best expectations. Go figure. I pray for this leadership, dear Lord, for their well-being, professionally and personally, and their families' well-being. Show them when to say when to rest, when to pause, to rest, to refresh. It's not by human might or strength, but it's by your spirit. So bless them and their families, oh Lord. And in addition to this, some helpful virtues and leadership, and for all of us. I pray for an enhanced empowerment of kindness, wisdom, collaboration, humility, a heart that hears, a hearing mind, strength, wisdom, courage, faithfulness, integrity, selflessness, and a serving heart. And this is all by grace, Lord, and it's for everybody, and that's good news. So in closing, Lord, I pray your good bounty, your favor, and your provision to equip this community with all that's needed to prosper most wonderfully. So COT can facilitate life quality for all its residents. And pray for victories in so many areas. Maybe a victory Friday night against NT would be good too. Help us to make all this happen, dear Lord. In your name, amen.
Before we begin with the official meeting, the mayor has two very important presentations to preside over. So I'm going to turn it over to Mayor White.
Thank you. Number one is we do this each month, and tonight is we are actually honoring Matthew Peter Burke. Matthew Burke was born and raised in the city of Tonawanda, attended Tonawanda High School, THS, and graduated in 1991. Enlisted in the U.S. Army on July 9th, 1991, Matthew served as Operation Desert Storm with the Field Artillery 101st Airborne Division and was honorably discharged on July 8th, 1985. During the service, he earned his Army Achievement Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Southeast Asia Service Medal with a Bronze Star, a Army Service Ribbon, Overseas Service Ribbon, and an M16 Rifle Expert Badge, and a Hand Grenade Expert Badge. On January 27th, 1997, Matt began his 23-year career with the City of Tonawanda Police Department as a police officer. In May of 2017, he was promoted to detective and then promoted to lieutenant in January 2019. During his 14 years of his police career, Matt was a member of the COT Police SWAT team. Lieutenant Matthew Burke retired from the police department January 9th, 2020. Matt is married to his high school sweetheart, Lynn, who works in our office, and also have 4 children, William, the twins, Megan, Morgan, and Caden. Matthew Burke is a United States Army veteran hero and a City Tonawanda Hometown hero. Thank you for your service, Matthew, and I introduce you as the October 2022 Veteran of the Month. Carla? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. If Judge Mark Saltrelli would like to come up, please.
Sure, thank you very much for inviting us up this evening. I'm here to present checks to various charitable organizations for the work that the city officials did in putting together this city officials outing this year. For many years, we had a city officials outing where actually the city officials worked. And they did all the cooking and all the food. And when I came back, when I was elected in office in 2016, I decided to bring this back, but I didn't want everybody to work. I wanted them to raise funds and be able to present them to organizations that benefit our citizens who are less fortunate. And we've been able to do that for the last couple of years. I want to thank Jim Casal, who works closely with me, for putting this together. I also want to thank Joe Worthling, he helps. Many of the other city officials helped me out that day. The Knights of Columbus for supplying the food, the Eldridge Club for supplying the beverages. So I take great pride. For over 50 years, I've worked in various events in the community, and I'm glad that I'm able to continue that service as an elected city official. So tonight, our first check is going to Grove Street Christian Church, Warrant for Hungry Hearts, who serves foods for those. And I believe Cheryl Bass, come on up. I want to present you with this check. Very much for all your service. Next, I have Karen Saffron from St. Francis, St. Vincent de Paul. Food pantry. And finally, one that I'm very familiar with, because we have this, I see this every Thursday morning when I have domestic violence court, is the Tonawanda Domestic Violence Advocate. The police department uses to buy supplies for victims of domestic violence. See to it that they're taken care of in the interim. So I want to call up Chief Phil Strasburg to present him with his check on behalf of the domestic. What? No, I'm done.
Acting Council President Mylum, if I could just say 2 words. I know everyone's probably heard this from me before, but this event exists because of the work of Judge Saltrelli and City Clerk Casa. I just like to personally thank
Okay. Thank you all very much for that. All the communications have been ordered. We're going to take comments on the resolutions now before we begin. Does anybody have comments on the resolutions? Mr. Clerk, is there anybody in virtual land who would like to make a comment on the resolutions?
Council President Mylum, at this time, I do not show anyone looking to make any comments on the resolutions.
Okay, thank you very much. With that, we'll begin. Resolution number 1.
Resolution number 1 by Councilmember Lulanich.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Resolved that the common council minutes from October 4th, 2022 be accepted as filed.
Please call the roll.
Lulanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye. Declare the resolution adopted. Resolution number 2 by Councilmember Nocera. Do I have a second?
I'll take it.
Thank you. Seconded by Councilmember Lulanich.
resolved that the bills be allowed as audited.
Please call the roll.
Lulanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye. Declare the resolution adopted. Resolution number 3 by Councilmember Rautenstrau. Do we have a second? Member Nocera.
whereas the city of Tonawanda seeks to participate in the 2023-2024 Erie County Community Development Block Grant Program, CDBG, and whereas the city of Tonawanda held a public hearing for comments on the proposed projects for the year 2023 to 2024 on October 13th, 2022. And whereas the city common council has agreed to submit a CDBG application for the year 2023-2024, and whereas the city intends to request the full grant amount of $150,000 and intends to fund the remainder of the project through funds allocated in the general fund and capital budgets. Therefore, be resolved, Tonawanda Common Council authorizes the mayor to sign, submit, and execute a contract with the Erie County Community Development Block Grant Program for the following project by priority for 2023 to 2024 sidewalk improvement project. This resolution shall take effect immediately.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Lulanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye. Declare the resolution adopted. Resolution number 4 by Councilmember Rautenstrau. Second,
I'll take it.
seconded by Mr. Nocera.
resolved at the recommendation of the city engineer, Jason J. Lamonaco, P.E., that award of the contract for survey of Erie County Riverwalk Amendment Number 1 be made to Wendell W.D. Architecture, Engineering, Surveying, and Landscape Architecture, P.C., at a cost not to exceed $1,200. Funding fiscal impact as per your agenda.
Comments or questions? Please call, oh, I need a second. We have a second. Please call the roll. Sorry.
Sure.
Lulanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye.
Resolution number 5 by the council, seconded by the council. Yes, sir.
Mr. Mylum, can I make a motion to waive the readings of 5, 6, and 7?
We have a motion on the floor to waive the readings of resolutions 5, 6, and 7 by Councilmember Rautenstrau. Do I have a second? Seconded by Mrs. Lulanich. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Comments or questions on resolution, or can you please call the roll on resolution number 5?
resolution number 5 by the council, seconded by the council. Lulanich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye. Declare the resolution adopted. Resolution number 6 by the council, seconded by the council. Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Malinich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye. Declare the resolution adopted. Resolution number 7 by the council, seconded by the council. Comments or questions?
Actually, I'd like to comment.
Sure.
These are 3 resolutions that are being put in place to raise the cap and increase the exemptions for senior citizens and for our veterans in our city. As we move forward with the revale in our city, this is a matter of bringing this up in proportion to that. I think it's important for our veterans and our elderly who are living on fixed incomes to kind of rise with this and be able to take advantage of this and to be able to afford to live in our city still. So I'd like to also say thank you to our outgoing city assessor, Dave Morano, and to Katie Schultz, our new assessor, on your work on this and putting this in place.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Malinich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum,
Aye. Declare the resolution adopted. Resolution number 8 by Councilmember Nocera. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Seconded by Sean. Mr. Rautenstrau.
resolved that the residents of Elm Street between Delaware Street and Killwald Avenue be permitted to conduct a block party on October 29th from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Malinich,
Aye.
Nocera,
Aye.
Rautenstrau,
Aye.
Mylum.
Aye. Declare the resolution adopted. We will not be going into executive session, but we will be taking comments by the public after the resolutions. So this is new business. If anybody has anything to say. Please state your name and address for the record.
Hi, Lindsay Jelke, 203 Rogers Ave. So I was told that the council previously did a shout out to me for being at the International Play Association USA conference a couple weeks ago. And I just wanted to come back and thank you for that shout out. But I also wanted to let the city know that I was able to create some amazing relationships and friendships with some of these play heroes, what I'll call them. But specifically with an internationally known nature play space designer. And he wants to work with us, work with me to develop a space, a nature play space within our city. And I'm hopeful that we will be able to find funding through grants and government programs so we can see this through. So I just wanted to give that update, excitement.
Thank you.
That we were able to make those connections.
Where was the conference this year?
It was in San Antonio, Texas,
And how long was it?
4 days.
Thank you for going. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Any other comments from the public on the resolutions?
Or not on the resolution. Or not on those.
Or not on the web afterwards? Anybody in the online forum on the Zoom call who is looking for a comment?
Council President Mylum, at this time, I do not show anyone in the Zoom call looking to make any comments.
Thank you. Guess we'll start over here today. Mr. Rautenstrau, any final thoughts?
Thank you. Obviously, since I'm first, I'm gonna, start that role for everybody else. But thank you to Matt Burke for your service to our country and your service to the community over the years as well. I also wanted to mention our treasurer, Bill Reese. Last night, he did have his online presentation in regards to the city of Tonawanda budget. How it comes together and kind of a better explanation of it. So I just wanted to, direct people to the COT Office of the Treasurer on Facebook. I've shared it out on my page and a couple of the community pages. You take some time to listen to it. Bill does a great job explaining the budget, breaking it down into a way that's easy to understand and take some time to listen to it. And please come back to us and the treasurer with any questions that you might have. Thank you, Bill, for your work on that. I'd also like to mention last Friday, there was an announcement from Senator Sean Ryan in regards to some grants that he got for the city of Tonawanda. I just want to say thanks to Senator Sean Ryan for that. He got us some funding towards redeveloping our Kohler pool, repurposing the wading pool that we currently have that's in a bit of disrepair into a splash pad. It's something we talked about on the budget last week when we talked about the capital budget items. So it's great that we can have some funding towards that. He also got some money in for our Boys and Girls Club as well as our school to build the sportsplex at the Boys and Girls Club and for our schools. Just want to say thanks. It's great to have that opportunity to invest into our youth recreation, to be able to have these assets for our city. We often look to these investments into attracting people into our city, into some of our downtown areas and into development. And we often lose sight of these assets that are in our community for our kids. So it's a great opportunity to be able to provide that for them to, kind of continue to attract families and people to live in our community. Finally, I just want to reiterate, thanks to Katie Schultz, Dave Morano on your work on these local laws. I think it's important to have these in place so we can offset the assessments and the values, give our residents, our elderly and our veterans some of the advantages and keep them in line with the rising costs of homes. And that's all I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Armstrong. Mrs. Lalange?
Thank you, Mr. Mylum. Just wanted to let everyone know, I guess it's kind of a big deal that the Tonawanda girls varsity soccer team are conference champions, and they are starting the playoffs, I guess, tomorrow at home. I believe it's at 7, but please check the school district website for those details. And also, this is a busy time of the year for our rec department. There are a lot of interesting, fun community events. So please, check the city's website. There are all kinds of details available. And if you'd like to participate in anything, please check those same sites and reach out to your to the department heads and express those interests directly. But the contact information is available on our city website. So thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Nocera?
Thank you, Mr. President. Just not to repeat what Sean and Monica just added, but just wanted to thank Mr. Burke again for his service to our country and certainly to our city over the years. I wanted to also give congratulations to the folks who put together Oktoberfest this past Saturday over at Canal Street. It was pretty well attended for the slight chill in the air that we had that day, but everyone had a good time. The music was great. The food was delicious, and there were a few couples out there dancing away, probably to stay a little bit warmer than was available from the couple heaters that they had going there. But it was a great event. Hopefully it returns next year with a little more cooperation from the weather, and it should be very well attended again. So I enjoyed myself. So it was great.
Thank you, Mr. You want to go next or do you want to go last? Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mark Saltrelli, thank you for continuing your great work in the community. Appreciate it. Also, Bill Reese did a bang-up job working with the budget. It was an interesting 4 weeks putting that together, and it's now in the hands of the council. But I felt comfortable putting the budget together, and with Bill's help and Sharon, administrative assistant Sharon Stewart, I think we came up with something that was obtainable, that we felt comfortable with, and that we could afford. Also, the Sean Ryan, I gave $250,000 towards our splash pad, which is important. Sean helped us get that money, which I thank Sean for that. And also, we've got some money coming from legislator Bargnesi, which will finish it. So we will have a splash pad coming to Kohler Pool. It's kind of interesting. But we're going to do a big splash once we, no pun intended, once the rest of the money comes in. But also, we had one at Eastern Park with Congressman Higgins, who got some CARES money, which we really needed. If you think about it, in the past, Eastern Park was a small little park, and it's now a destination. It's got the park, it's got the updated handicap accessible equipment for the children, which I think is important. We've got the basketball courts, we've got the canoe launch in the back, a new pavilion. So it kind of puts Eastern Park on the map a little bit. I take my grandchildren all the time. No, I don't ride the rides, but it's fun to see the kids. They really enjoy it a lot. It's really nice. And Carl mentioned the Oktoberfest. It was the first one. It was ours in a sense because the volunteer fire department put it together in conjunction with the chamber. And I want to say thank you to them because it's not an easy thing to put together. It's baby steps. We did something. The pavilion is something we need to fill on a consistent basis. So it's utilized by the public. It's not for rent by the public, but we can do city organized events through that beautiful pavilion. Another thing that I want to mention is in response to put my most important things on there. The TNT game is this Friday. So we want to say, good luck to the Warriors. Mike, you're the only one that can wear a T coat still. We can't wear it. So it's not that they got any smaller, just that we got a little bigger. Mike, you can still wear yours. So we want to say go Warriors. And I want to say that Dave, you did a great job. So congratulations. Thank you.
First, I'd like to thank everybody for excusing my my rookiness, I guess is the term. So thank you. I want to say, Mayor, I think the Veteran of the Month program is amazing. We get to meet so many different people from
We
the
do.
city. And you hear the names, but you never put a face to the name and what they've actually done for us. So thank you for putting that program together. I'd also like to congratulate Mr. Burke on his achievements and thank him for, everything that he did serving the city and serving our country. Next Tuesday night, 6 o'clock in the back room will be our one of our final budget meetings. So if you're available and like to join us, please come. Also in pretty big news, the fitness center at the high school has reopened. It's reopened yesterday for the first time since COVID hit. Any resident is free to join, or I shouldn't say free, it's $20 a year to join the fitness center. They're open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You do have to fill out a packet that's available at door 11, which is the door directly opposite the tennis courts. So fill that packet out, give them the $20, and then you can go work out in one of the greatest facilities around. And I'd also like to mention, I believe the Haunted Harbor is this weekend, is that correct? What time does it start, Mandy?
6 to 8.
6 to 8 on Saturday. So please, if you've got little ones or just a great costume, please take them down there and enjoy the Haunted Harbor. With that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second, do I have a second? Seconded by Mrs. Lanich. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.
I didn't check it out last year.
I appreciate it. I wanted to say more too. but I just kinda lost my
Not gonna do a big price yet.
Yes. No, and I thank you for your.
They're tough.
So that-
Yeah.
That's great. That's